Hello, and welcome to our question of the week. This week's question relates to the Written CTI Statement. We have a new medical director for our hospice, and there is a question debate regarding the signature date and completion date of the Written CTI Statement form. Our EMR embedded form captures the physician certification note, placing it in the correct location on the form. However, the signature date on the form comes from the note's electronic signature timestamp. Therefore, if the physician does the note before the actual start date of the new certification benefit period, the CTI form uses the before date as the sign date. Reading through the Medicare Benefit Manual, we are believing that this sign date on the written CTI has to be within 2 calendar days after the new certification benefit period. Is that correct? Can you please provide your expertise and guidance? This week's question is answered by Tammy Stewart, a clinical consultant here at HPS. The answer is as follows. Thank you for reaching out to us. Regarding your question, the regulations state that the CTI must be completed and signed within 15 days prior to or within 2 days after the beginning of the benefit period. If the written CTI is not completed within that time frame, then a verbal certification is required. From your example, the written CTI would be in compliance if it was completed and signed within 15 days prior to the benefit period. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any further questions. The regulation is as follows. 20.1 Timing and Content of Certification. For the first 90-day period of hospice coverage, the hospice must obtain no later than 2 calendar days after hospice care is initiated, that is, by the end of the 3rd day, oral or written certification of the terminal illness by the medical director of the hospice or the physician member of the hospice IDG and the individual's attending physician if the individual has an attending physician. Initial certifications may be completed up to 15 days before hospice care is elected. Payment normally begins with the effective date of election, which is the same as the admission date. If the physician forgets to date the certification, a notarized statement or some other acceptable documentation can be obtained to verify when the certification was obtained. For the subsequent periods, recertifications may be completed up to 15 days before the next benefit period begins. For subsequent periods, the hospice must obtain, no later than 2 calendar days after the first day of each period, a written certification statement from the medical director of the hospice or the physician member of the hospice's IDG. If the hospice cannot obtain written certification within 2 calendar days, it must obtain oral certification within 2 calendar days. Do you have a question for our clinical consultants? Join our HPS Alliance. For more information, visit healthcareprovidersolutions.com/HPS Alliance. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our videos so that you don't miss future questions of the week, Monday Minutes with Melinda, and more.